Again, noticing the spine is resting against the back of the chair, neck is in alignment, feet are in alignment. And then let's take hands out from the side and take a full breath in as the arms sweep up, and exhale, hands come down to the heart. Good, nice full breath in, and a deep breath out. Strong breath. Long breath out. Good. Let's move into the twisting. So again, as you come through that center point, really think about lifting the ribs up from the waistline. Twist to the right side and let your hands drop towards the floor. You're gonna sweep back up through center and go to the left. So watch that you're not dropping the shoulders or dropping the head. You're staying really straight, and your neck can even turn into the pose if you like. You can start to look over that shoulder in which direction you're taking the twist. Just gently starting to move the spine. Good, and then last one here to the left. And then we'll go back to center with the arms. Let the right hand draw towards the floor. Left arm brings you up and over. So as you come into that stretch, think of the sits bones staying connected, really expanding through the rib cage, out underneath the arm and out through the fingertips. And then when you're ready, we're gonna switch. So come to that point where you're reaching and extending. Hand reaches for the floor, the other one reaches up and over. And then again, move with your breath. So you can hang out in each pose, and again, watch where your vision is, so you're looking straight ahead or up or down, just not dropping chin towards the chest. Make sure you're breathing, just noticing how this feels, to start to move the spine in this side to side direction. And last one. Good. And then maybe come forward in the chair a little bit, scooting forward. Let your feet come forward too, so they're not still back towards the chair. They're in alignment with the feet straight down from the knees. And then letting the arms draw forward. Good. And then let the elbows stay low, the shoulders stay low, so they're not hiked up, they're low, and take those elbow blades towards each other on the back. The elbows drop back. If you're hitting the chair, then you can come forward a little bit more. So with the inhale, reach forward. With the exhale, elbows go back. Getting a rhythm of breath going along with the movement. And again, keeping those shoulders low, the elbows low. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, we're gonna come forward and then pull those elbows back. Now cross the arms over the chest. Back out, let the left arm come on top. So same idea of letting those elbows stay low, shoulders stay low, take them as far back as you can, but then when you come to cross the arms, pulling the arms in the opposite direction, so you really take them as far to each side as you can, getting that opening in the back. Pardon me. Good, one more to each side, or excuse me, one more time each side. And then let the arms relax, maybe shake it off a little bit. Seated cat-cow. So I'm gonna just turn so you can see this a little bit better with the spine. So Hands can come to the knees, and we're gonna round the spine, drop chin towards the chest, kind of curling everything in, and then open it up, coming back to that seated position, and then letting your heart push forward, looking up towards the ceiling, and go slow. So move with your body and move with your breath. You haven't warmed up too much other than the spine here, so be careful, especially as you're taking the chin to look up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulders relax. Letting the spine reach for the back of the chair and letting the heart open, shoulders drop from the ears, and make sure you're breathing. Good, let's do one more, curl in, and then open it up, letting the shoulders relax, take the heart open. Good, and then we'll come back to center. Walk your feet apart. So you can use the legs of your chair to kind of align your ankles. Hands come to the knees. So we're gonna come forward with the body. So it's another pose where you're kind of, I'm gonna turn here again so you can kind of see. So the spine stays straight, your neck stays in alignment. So when you're coming forward, it's more of a leading with your heart. So watch that you're not doing this. You're not rounding and dropping the head. Stay really strong. So it becomes an opening for your hips. More than anything, it's a hip opening action. Come forward and back. I'm gonna turn again so I can see what you guys are up to. Lead with your heart and go forward and back. Good, let's do one more. And now it's sort of the same idea of lifting up, and your spine stays straight, neck stays in alignment, but now we're gonna go from one side to the other. So letting your heart sort of drop down to the right, come back up, really lengthening, getting tall, twist to the left. So your feet stay in position, your knees stay in position. Watch that your knees aren't dropping around. Lift up, exhale as you come over to the right side. Inhale through center, twist to the left, or just move with your breath, whatever side you're on. That's perfect, good. Inhale, exhale, up through center, exhale with the twist. So if you really feel sassy, you can let one shoulder drop towards a knee, coming up. Maybe it's just the heart, or again, you can drop a shoulder, arm can be straight. Just depends on how that feels for you. And then we'll come back to center. Let your left hand root to the top of the left thigh. Right arm comes to the inside of the right leg. So the arm kind of pushes into the leg back into the arm, so you kind of root down on that right side. Turn your heart a little bit, so you're not dropping over that direction. You kind of open the heart, and then let your fingers run down towards the heel. So that left hand roots that left side of the body, so you get a big stretch on the left side. And then come back up and go to the right. So move with your breath. If you know the pose and know the position, go for it. You can move from one side to the other. Just want to make sure everybody, there's some new peeps, so I want to make sure they get the right alignment for this. Let your heart turn. Run the fingers towards the inside of the leg, down towards the floor, towards the heel. Turn, inhale, and exhale, and then we'll come back to center. Finish that last one, whatever you're on, whatever side. Let your hands just rest on the knees. Now we're gonna move through circles. So this is the fun part. This is where you just kind of get to free form and let the body shift around. If you have low back issues, then think about your core staying strong. Draw the belly in a little bit. And then reverse, opposite direction. Going around and around. And then bring it all back to center. Good. So now we're gonna just bring the feet back into alignment. They're about hip width distance. You can rest your spine against the back of the chair. Back into Annie's alignment, if that's what we need to call it, where your feet are hip width distance and you're kind of lifting up from the ribs. Good. Let's take the arms right out from the shoulders. So there's this little bit of engagement through the shoulder blades. Kind of drop them down your back, but then extend out through the fingertips. Start moving the arms really slow, really small circles. This makes you have to work the muscles a little bit harder. That's the idea, is building up the muscle. Kind of slow, kind of small. Couple more. Good, and then let your arms relax. Maybe give them a little wiggle, a little shake off. Bring the arms shoulder height again. Flip the palms, so the palms now are up towards the ceiling. Take your thumbs, draw it back. So little circles, small circles in the backwards action. Rotate those arms back. Still think of the shoulder blades kind of drawing towards each other and down your back body, so you feel that engagement through the shoulders. Let's do two more. 1 and 2, and flip the palms, let it go. Good. Wiggle the arms. Shake it off. Taking your right arm and reach high for the ceiling. The left arm kind of draws back behind you. Reach high, reach back, and then switch. Let the left arm reach really high. Right arm reaches back. So whatever arm you're on, that's fine. Just moving with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Extend and reach. Reach high, reach back. Good. Keep going, a couple more. And then the last one, go all the way through, and then we'll pause. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Give a little pet there. Good, so the hands are gonna be, we're gonna twist the hands. So the idea here is that your shoulder blades come towards each other, and then as you twist the hands, they draw back towards each other. So let your thumbs kind of draw inward, and then rotate the thumbs out. So your shoulder blades come towards each other on the back body. Rotate them in, the shoulder blades come forward onto the front body. Rotate the arms, let the shoulder blades go back. Good. Go slow, noticing what side may be talking to you a little bit more. If one side is really uncomfortable, then please don't do this action. Make sure you're breathing. Rotate those shoulders forward, rotate them back. Good, let's do one more. Rotate forward, rotate back. Good. So it's that kind of action we're gonna look for here in a moment, that shoulder blades towards each other, and then see if you can just kind of drop them down your back body. And then give it a little shake off. Just want you to kind of feel that. So now we're gonna take the arms up. Good. Now bring the shoulders down from the ears and the blades down your back. Now bring the elbows into the waistline a little bit. Bring the shoulder blades towards each other and then down your back. Good. Bring the elbows to the waistline, and then we're going to lift up and lower. Lift up. Good. And lower back down. Good. Lift up and lower. 2 more. Last one. Good. Bring the arms high again. Drop those shoulders from the ears. Good. Bring them towards each other. Kind of holding that a little bit. Bring the elbows down. Bring the shoulder blades towards each other and down the back. Good. Hands, elbows come towards the waistline, palms towards each other, and then lifting up till you get shoulder height. And then bring those elbows back to the waistline. And up. Kind of slow so you can feel that shoulder work.
Yeah.
And good. Last one. Up and down. And then let the arms go. Shake it off a little bit. Good. Now, right arm's going to come out to the right with the palm facing outward. You're going to take it all the way across the body as far as you can. Then the left arm comes up and kind of hugs it in. So it's a seated thread the needle. So watch that you haven't turned. You're not turning your body. Try and stay squared. Let that go. Give a little shake off. And then left arm extends out. Sweep it all the way across. Right arm hugs it in. And again, watch that you haven't turned your shoulders. You haven't turned your torso at all to the right. Stay square. And release. Let your palms be open onto your lap. And reach forward, reach high for the ceiling, bend your elbow so wherever your hand ends up falling, that's where it's meant to be. Good. And then reach high, reach forward to come out. Go to the left, up, back, touch. Good. Reach high and come out. Going back to the right side. And switching again, alternate the arm, up, back, touch. One more time each side. Reach high, reach back, tap. Good. And reach up, back, touch. And give a little shake off. Let's do some finger work here again. I know we did this last week, but this will be good. Right arm comes out in front of you. The left fingers draw those right fingertips back. So you should feel this in the bottom of the forearm and the bottom of the wrist break there. And then drop the fingers towards the floor. Left hand's gonna again draw it back. Should feel my rough, dry skin. Maybe yours is also. Good. Let your hand relax and then take your left thumb, massage the right hand. So getting into the wrist, getting into the top of the hand, the pinky side of the hand, run along the joints, getting into the knuckles on the top, getting into the thumb pad, flipping over for the open palm, then each finger. Really trying to awaken the circulation, awaken the blood flow. Maybe you can even feel that action. You can feel a little bit more circulation happening. And then when you're done, let's clench into a fist really tight and then let it go. Clench really tight so you're withdrawing the blood, and then when you release that, hopefully you feel a little spurt of energy of the blood flow going back to the fingertips. Give a little shake off. And then let's go to the second side. So left fingertips draw high, right fingers are gonna draw back. Good, and then drop the fingers down and draw it back. And then we're gonna relax the left hand, take your right thumb now and massage the wrist, massage the top of the hand. Getting into the knuckles on the top, pinky side, getting into each finger, the open palm. Don't forget about the thumb. And then when you're done with all 5 fingers, no rush, make sure you do all 5. We're gonna hold the hand into a fist and clench it tight when you release. Hopefully you feel that little spurt of energy. Good, hold it tight and let it go. Good, shake both hands off. So we're gonna do some leg work now. I'm gonna use a strap, so I know some of you have straps. If you don't have a strap, you can follow along without it. It requires a little bit more leg muscle work to keep the leg high, but if you have fabric or a belt, even if you got a long enough belt, those items will work too. What else? Oh, like one of those rubber bands, those energy or exercise bands, and anything like that would work too. So we're gonna hold on to the strap with the right leg, or you're just gonna let that right leg go out and back. So without the strap, again, it makes you use your quad a little bit more, makes you use your legs a little bit more. Nothing wrong with that, right? That's the whole point, is waking up those muscles. Good, let the right leg go out and back. Inhale and exhale. The left foot stays really rooted, so that knee is not wobbling at all. It stays strong. Inhale and exhale. Good, one more. Let's come back to center, and now the right leg's gonna go high. So this pose, ideally, you're kind of pushing through the heel, and you're using more leg muscle than strap. My chair's got a creak to it. I don't know if you can hear that. Good, and then let's pause. So now for half of the happy baby, you can use your strap and bring that knee back and push out, or you can hold on to your knee and bring it in and push out. Bring it in and push out. Ideally, you're getting into the inner thigh, kind of working the knee a little bit. I can do that without the strap so you can see. Good. Pull it back and out. Good. And now we're going to bring that ankle on top of the left knee. So if that doesn't work, you can keep your foot to the floor, or if you have a block or something that you can lift, you can put your heel, your foot onto that block. But if you're on your knee, walk your left foot into alignment, draw those right toes towards your right knee, and then hopefully you're feeling this on your right hip. This is where we're getting that big hip opening. If you want a little bit more, you can come forward. This is again where you're going to keep your spine straight, your neck in alignment. Watch that you're not rounding your shoulders or dropping your head. And then lean back into your chair. Let that right foot come to the floor. And then we're going to go to the second side. So letting your left leg come straight out. You can use your strap or not if you don't have one, or even if you want to try it with more muscle. So that right foot stays in alignment. Push out through that left heel. Out and back. You can hold on to the chair if you feel like you're moving around a lot. That can help just give you a little bit of support. Push out and back. Good, let's do 2 more. And then back to center, little lifts. So again, trying to root that right foot down. Use more leg muscle if you can. So it might not be a big movement. Might only go a little bit. Ugh. Make sure you're breathing. Good, and then we're gonna pause. So you can use your strap if you have it and bring that left knee, left elbow back, or if you're using your hand, you can guide that knee back to the left and then kind of push it back out. Bring it back and out. Just trying to get into the hip flexor and the inner thigh. Good, last one, push out and then kind of draw it back so you can bring that ankle up on top. So again, if that doesn't work or it feels uncomfortable for that left side, you can bring that foot to the floor. Again, use your height if you have a block. But if you're here, we're gonna let the right foot be in alignment. Let those left toes draw towards the left knee. And if you want any more, you can let your heart start to come forward towards the top of the mat. And again, just being aware if you're rocking too much onto that left sits bone, trying to find equal weight, bring some weight to that right side. And then with the exhale, we're gonna lean back into the chair. Maybe use your hand to help bring that left foot back to the floor. Good, shake it off a little bit. Let's take that right leg out in front and do a little pointing and flexing. So point the toes towards you and then point away. Point towards you and away. So ideally, you're doing this kind of slow so you can feel the shin stretch and the calf stretch. And then let's do some circles. So let the ankle rotate all around as wide as it can go. And then reverse the direction. Good, and then we're gonna hold the leg still. So you're gonna turn the foot inward and then turn the foot outward. So this is moving your whole leg. Again, watch if that left foot stays in alignment. Now you're turning to the right and turning to the left. Knees moving, you're working your inner thigh, rotating that hip opening. Good, and then back to center, hold the foot still, wiggle the toes. The leg and foot stay really still just to get those right toes wiggling. And then we'll bring that foot to the floor, maybe shake it off a little.
Maybe you could open the window a little bit.
Root that down. Good. Let's take that left leg out. Again, draw those toes towards you and then point those toes away. Bring them in and out.
Wow, that feels good.
Bring them in and out. So maybe hold it for just a moment so you can really feel the muscle stretch, the muscle engage. And then when you're ready, we're gonna roll it around. Big circles. Good, opposite direction. And then we're gonna pause, hold the whole leg and foot still to turn the toes inward and then turn the toes outward. So it's moving the whole leg. Don't try and hold that leg still, let it go. The knees moving with it, inner thigh. Inhale and exhale. Yep, you can hold the chair if you need to help keep the spine straight. Let's come back to center, hold the leg and foot still just to move the left toes. Just the left toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then let's bring that foot to the floor. Good. Give a little shake off again. Now we're gonna bring the right knee in and tap out to the left. Bring it back up and to center. Now, that right foot's gonna stay where it is. Bring that left knee up. Let it open. Tap the floor back in and down. So alternating, you can use your hands to the chair if that helps keep your spine straight. Again, think about lifting the ribs up from the waistline. Up, out, tap, up, in, and down. So getting some height as you bring it up and in and out and down. A lot of breaths. Don't hold the breath. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Getting a rooting down of the foot that comes to the floor. Kind of push down. That can help them just engage the leg so it's not just hanging out. It's actually still working. Good. One more to each side, to the right and to the left. Good. So now this pose, you may really want to hold on to your chair. You may want to rest your spine against the back of the chair. You're gonna bring the right knee in. We're gonna try and keep it lifted from the chair. Push out, 1. Exhale out, 2. Exhale out, 3. Bring it in. Exhale out, 4. Bring it in. Exhale out, 5. And rest. Good, so good. Root that right foot down. Bring that left knee high. 1, 2, 3. Keep it off the chair if you can. 4 and 5. Good. Back to the floor. Give a little wiggle to the legs.
What do you think?
So now we're going to come forward in the chair. The feet come forward also, so they're not back by the chair. They walk forward too. Feet are only about hip width distance. They're not really far apart because you want your knees to track over your toes. So we're gonna come to stand. Ideally here again, you're kind of lifting the ribs up from the waistline. Your knees go forward. You can put your hands together or use your hands to your chair, whatever you need. Root down through your feet, lift up through the heart, whoa, and come up. Good, and then we're gonna take a seat. The chair is there. Look back if you need to. Again, stay kind of forward. Root your feet down, lift the heart up to come to stand. Nice, good. Root down. Use your hands if you need to. Here's the last one. We're gonna stay standing after this. Come up to stand. Yay! Okay. So for those of you who know the class, you can move your chair forward to the top of your mat. And then we're gonna do a bunch of poses around this. I'm gonna move my chair so you can actually see me. But ideally, wherever you are, bring your mat to the top and the back of the chair is facing you. So we're gonna do more leg work here. Okay. We're gonna take the heels to the edge of their mat, or just a little bit. It's about a 2-foot stretch or so. So the heels are in. If you have a mat, you can bring them to the edge. If you don't have a mat, just kind of measuring out 2 feet or so. So we're gonna root down, bend your knees, let your right leg come out in front, rest on your heel, keeping those toes active towards you. That left knee has a big bend to it, and let your heart come forward. You should be feeling it in the hamstring and calf here. Hold on to the chair with your hand. Good, engage your core, slowly, slowly start to come up. Let the toes come to the top edge. So here's where you get that about 2 feet width apart from each other. From the toe to the heel. Now both legs are straight. Watch that you're not turning your hips. Stay square and come forward with the heart and down. So the more you push down with your heels, the more weight you'll find distributed through both feet. And then ideally, you're getting a big stretch on that front side. Good, engage your core, come up. Take the weight to that right foot. Let your left toes turn under. Stretching the top of the foot. Oh boy, that feels good. And then maybe a little wiggle side to side, maybe little circles just to get the toes awakened. You can hear mine snapping. Okay, we're gonna do the left side now. So taking your heels to the edge again, or just back a little bit, we're gonna bend the knees, shift your weight to take that left heel out in front of you. Rest on that left heel. Keeping those toes active, let your heart start to come forward. Maybe you let that left hand rest on the leg or to the floor, just depends on your flexibility. Big hamstring, calf stretch. Root down through that, both, whatever's touching the floor, the sole of the right foot and the heel of the left to come up. Let those left toes come to the top edge. Again, you've got about 2 feet between the heel and the toe. And we're gonna come forward and down again. So really pushing down through the soles of the feet. Watch that your weight hasn't shifted to the toes. That's a big and important alignment adjustment. So when you're coming up, you're rooting through the soles of the feet, not in your toes. Good. Coming all the way up, we're gonna take the weight to the left foot, bring those right toes. Kind of curl them under to stretch the top of the foot. This is a stretch that hardly ever happens unless we purposely draw our foot in this direction. We're usually here, we're usually stepping along, but to really get in there, flex that ankle a little bit more, move the heel around a little right and left, or maybe little circles. Good, and then give it a little shake off.
We're just about done.
So we're gonna come to the, do a little balance work and stretching the IT band. So right hand, right leg's next to the chair. Let your left leg cross over the right. Again, watch that you're not turning, you're not looking towards the chair at all. You're staying square with your hips, facing towards your feet. Now, come forward a little bit. So you get to control the stretch. You get to control how far you go. You can stay upright a little bit if you're really getting a big stretch through the hips and the IT band, or maybe you come forward, maybe try to balance without the use of the chair. Good, and then again, slowly lift the heart up. Now we're gonna hold onto the chair with the right hand, let your left arm extend high, reach up, and then maybe start to come over the chair. So again, you're not twisting, you're just reaching high for the ceiling and then to the right. So your torso is still facing the feet, facing forward, hips stay square. Maybe the right hand reaches for that left wrist and brings you up and over a little more.
Let's see you.
And then slowly let your hands come back. Good.
First.
Uncross the legs, or give a little shake off. We're gonna turn the body so your left hand and left leg are next to the chair. That's what gives you a lot of support there. And then your right leg is gonna cross over the left, wherever your feet can root down. And again, watch that you're not twisting, go forward with the heart. And again, you get to control the stretch, so you get to determine how far to go down. Draw the belly in, protect your low back as you slowly come all the way up. Taking the right arm high, and then over the chair. So root down with that right foot. Really push down through that heel. So you can feel the stretch along the right side of the body. Maybe the left hand grabs the right wrist. It's just another, it's an add-on. If you feel balanced and ready. Okay, just bring it out a little bit. Good, let your arms come back to your side. Torso upright, uncross the legs. Shake it off a little bit. So I'm gonna turn my chair just so you can see the warrior poses. But your chair is still right in front of you. So down dog. Let your hands come to the back of the chair, kind of stretch yourself back with your spine flat, if that feels okay. If not, you know, you can be here, you can be wherever you want. The more you stretch back, the more you're going to feel it through your arms along the sides, and then maybe you can wiggle the hips a little, or you can let your spine go up and the belly towards the floor. Again, it just depends what feels right. A little bit of movement. So warrior one, we're going to bring the right foot towards the chair. Turn the left toes a little bit so they face outward a little bit. Now that right knee is going to bend right on top of the ankle. So watch that it's not forward or it's not too far back. If you can, bend it so it's right on top of the ankle. Take a look at it. Then your arms extend up. Or you're holding onto the chair with one hand or both hands, whatever you need. Now we did some shoulder work, so let your shoulders drop down the back so they're not in your ears especially, and the fingertips then reach high for the ceiling. You get this little reach up. Down dog, hold the back of the chair, walk your feet back again. We're gonna go through the down dog a few times, so really taking a moment to stretch and do a little wiggle or up and down. Second side for warrior one. So I'm just gonna turn without the chair. Left foot comes forward, right toes turn out a little bit. That left knee has that soft bend. Again, it's right on top of the ankle. The hips are square, and then let the arms extend up and reach. Shoulders drop down the back, but fingers extend up. Take a couple rounds of breath. Again, just kind of noticing the alignment. Notice your feet, notice your legs, notice where your hips are, where your breath is, where your smile is. Down dog, hold the chair, stretch it back. Good. Warrior two. So again, I'm gonna just turn here. Right foot forward, left toes are gonna turn a little bit more so your hips turn to the left. That right knee keeps that soft bend, and then letting the arms extend out and reach. So the shoulders drop down the back. Again, watch that you're not creeping up. They're working strong on the back body, and that right knee has that soft bend, pushing back into that left heel. So if your left knee has a soft bend, that's okay, but ideally the leg is straight and you're pushing back. Nice. You can look straight ahead where your torso's in alignment, or you can look over the front fingertips. And then downward facing dog. Hold the chair, stretch it back. Second side, left foot forward towards the chair, right toes turn out a little bit more. That left knee has that soft bend. Again, watch if that knee's not dropping in or it's too far back or too far forward, right? There's all these alignment points for the body. So if you need it to be shorter, that's totally fine. Shoulders drop down from the ears. And a little bit of reach out through the fingertips. Noticing where your feet are, where's your breath. Good, downward facing dog. Hold the chair, stretch it back. You can do a little wiggle, a little up and down for the spine. So crescent lunge. Right foot's gonna come forward towards the back of the chair. You're gonna be on your left toes. Here, I'll turn it a little bit. So if you need to, you can root your heel down, but then turn the heel to the back of the room or up towards the ceiling. This should be getting into the back leg for a good stretch there. Keeping your hips square to the chair with your legs, and then maybe the arms reach up, or you're holding on to the chair, whatever you need. Deep breath in, long breath out. Good, hold the chair, down dog, stretch it back. Second side, left foot comes forward towards the chair. It's gonna have that soft bend. Your legs are far enough apart so you're not trying to bring them in alignment with each other. They're far apart, so your hips have that room. And you're placing that heel back or up towards the ceiling to get a big stretch on that back leg. Hips stay square. Hands can be to the heart or overhead. Make sure you're breathing, the shoulders are relaxed. Deep breath in, long breath out, downward facing dog. Hold the chair, stretch back. Good, and then slowly start to come up towards your chair. So, what's the best way for me to show this? It might be, let me see. So we're gonna do kind of this cat-cow action where hold on to the chair if you need to, but we're gonna kind of curl everything in, round your spine as much as you can, drop your head as much as you can, and then when you come up and open up, let your shoulders roll back, maybe the arms open, looking up towards the ceiling. So the chair's there if you need it. I don't know if you need it for balance, it's right there. If not, you can let your arms be part of the expression. So take your time. We've warmed up the back a little bit. We've warmed up the legs. We did some spine movement. Shoulders are working. Rounding in and opening up. Just go with your breath. Everybody's at a different place, a different breath movement, different body movement. That's great. Root down with the feet, coming to kind of that center position, opening the heart up, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Do one more each cycle. So wherever you are, complete what one you're on, and then do a whole nother cycle, curling in and opening up. Root down through your feet, lifting up through the heart, looking up, and nice. And then shake that off a little bit. So standing behind your chair, I'm gonna just turn mine like this. So if you can see, I'm using the chair and I'm standing behind it, but now I'm gonna turn it so you can see what we're gonna do. So your heels are a little far apart from each other. And we're gonna look at the heels to make sure that one's not super far in front. I know that seems silly, but just making sure they're in alignment with each other. And then coming down. So ideally when we're coming down, we're keeping the shoulders over the hips, so we're not bringing the heart forward, right? We're not, if you can, help it, stay here. So it becomes more core work. And then think of your knees coming out. Instead of maybe when you're coming down, they may want to bow in. Think of them going out. That just kind of helps to open the whole body up. So move with your breath, up and down. If you want to add arms, you can do that. There's that exercise where we did that earlier, where you're working shoulders down towards each other and down your back. Knees draw out, you're kind of rooting down through the soles of the feet. If they're touching the floor, the heels make it light a little bit, that's fine. Let's do a couple more. Good, last one, whatever you're on, go all the way through it. And then shake it off. So tree pose, we always do a tree in our chair class. That's part of the balancing. So you'll want to have the chair close by. Have your leg and hand next to the chair. It could be the right, it could be the left. We're gonna root down strong with that side that's next to the chair, and then that other knee lifts up, let it open out. You can place it above the knee or below the knee joint, just not to the knee, or toes to the floor for a rooted tree. You can take one arm high, maybe both arms come high. Think of that leg next to the chair staying really strong. Watch that you're not collapsing on that side. If you fall out of it, maybe come right back into it. We're gonna stay here for a couple rounds of breath. And then slowly start to let that side go. Good, give a little shake off. I'm just gonna turn my chair, you don't need to, just so I'm facing forward. So now my left side, the second side, hand and leg is next to the chair. Root down strong with that side. Let the other knee lift up, let it open, place that foot high or low. So again, you can grab the foot, maybe bring it all the way up, just not placing it to the knee joint area.
What do you think, Trudy?
Watch that you're not collapsing on that side either. Stay really strong. Arm can come high, maybe the second arm comes high, maybe your hands are at prayer. Good, so lot of breath here. Shoulders relaxed down the back. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, let that side go. Good. Move into some circles. Kind of small adjustment here with my setup running out of battery. Good, so a few more circles, one direction, go the opposite direction. So standing behind your chair, hopefully you can see me here. So standing behind the chair, we're gonna come up onto the toes and then to the heels. So when you come to your toes, see about fanning the toes out a little bit to give you a little bit more support. And then watch that you're not rocking too much with your pelvis. You're trying to stay really strong. There'll be some sway, but not too much. Coming up and down, maybe letting go of the chair, maybe. Good, when you're ready, let's come back to the chair, take a seat. Pull the chair back if you need to, wherever works for you. So as we're in our seat, root your feet down here again. Your knees are in alignment. Sits bones root down. We're gonna lift the ribs from the waistline. Lift the shoulders up, back, and down a couple of times. Just get them moving around in some circles. You can let the elbows be part of this if you like. Just kind of roll them around. You might hear some noise there. Good, go in the opposite direction now. And then pause for a moment. Bring your chin forward and then bring it far back. Bring it far forward, bring it back. Bring it forward, back, a couple more times. Good, and then next time the neck is back, hold it there, and then turn and look to your right, and go through center and look left. So watch that your body's not moving with you. You're staying square with the shoulders, just letting your head, neck, and breath move. And then we're gonna come back to center, finish up at whatever side you're on, coming back to center. And then again, bring the head forward and back, forward, back, forward, back. 2 more times, forward, back, forward, and back. Kind of holding it there. Let your right ear draw to the right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. So if you feel like your shoulders are creeping, let your arms maybe relax to the side or just palms in your lap. So watch that you're not dropping totally to one side. You stay strong and just letting your head, neck, and breath move. Body stays where it is.
Trudy.
Deep breath in, strong breath out. Good. We'll come back to center. Join your fingers, and we're going to place the thumbs right where our hairline and neck meet. Bring the elbows towards each other. Keep your heart lifting up here, and then elbows come towards each other a little bit, shin towards the chest. So hopefully this is a good stretch on your back of the neck, maybe at the top of the shoulders. Not pulling the head down at all, just let your arms be heavy. That's where the weight comes in. Making sure you're still breathing. And slowly, slowly start to come back, lifting your head, release the arms. Give a little shake off to the head, neck, maybe do a little movement here. Good, and then one arm comes out in front, and the other hand taps along. Just like that, it's an hour gone by.
Yay!
Yay, good work everybody. So the tapping is for blood circulation, for oxygen circulation, and it gets into our lymph nodes, which just helps flush out the toxins, which is really, really good. So lightly tapping across the body, and then come to the other arm. And then as high as you can, up underneath the arms, tap along the sides of your body, going all the way down to your hips. As high up as you can, and this sometimes can be a little tender, so if you're finding a space of tenderness, then tap a little bit more there. Because that might be the spot that just needs to be flushed a little bit more. Not too hard, you just want to feel some sensation. Then come along the legs, your quads, your hamstrings, down to the shin and the calf, around the knee. Tap all over the body. And then when you're done tapping, taking your hands and wipe off the old energy. This is the wipe down. Wipe it all off the body wherever you tapped, or even more. The final thing that you wipe down, oh, we gotta do all that. Final thing you wipe down is your hands. So the hands have just touched the whole body, released all that old energy, release that by swiping the hands a few times and then coming back to alignment. Coming back to a deep breath in and a long breath out. Notice where your alignment is for your feet, for your ribs, for your neck, your hand placement, and then just let it all go, being aware of the breath. Deep breath in, long breath out. Let's start to let the hands maybe drop to the side of the chair, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, bringing awareness to your physical body again. And then we're going to extend the arms out with a big stretch and a big inhale. Let the arms go all the way up. Exhale. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your practice with me and each other through this wonderful invention of Zoom. This is quite something. I really appreciate you all being here. The light and divine in me bows to the light and divine within each of you. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Annie.
Thank you, Ann.
Thanks, Annie.
Okay, have a super weekend. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Good to have you back on the swing of things.
Yay!